Be the change. Be your own best friend. Once upon a time, here you are, soul on planet Earth, in a bodysuit. So here you are, soul on planet Earth. And once upon a time, you plopped out on planet Earth somewhere. And there was this child, fully present. You know how a newborn child, when they're just present. They're just very present. And then as the time goes by and they're trusting and they're present and they're just being, until we, the humans, teach them, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. That's wrong. That's right. That's wrong. That's right. And this soul becomes more and more cushion itself up, protecting itself from these uncertainties and all these new rules and these regulations and what is allowed and how people can get angry at them and yell at them. And then you put on this shield and you put on this protection. And here you are, years and decades later. Here you are, all for the most part confused into which part you are. Are you going to be the rules and the regulations that was laid upon you, or are you the soul behind it that is yearning to be set free? And this soul behind there is what freedom looks like that presence that you already have within yourself, behind all those things that you was taught throughout your life. Behind there is peace, and there is love, and there is joy, and there is everything that you are out there in the world looking for. In this, oh, there's a bling over there. Oh, they promised me if I win that lottery, if I do that, if I get that boat, if I get that house, if I get the kids, if I get the husband, if I do this, if I do that, if I do this, if I do that. And then taking a breath and realizing that you are going to get maybe a short-term sense of happiness by achieving those things. But if you spend some time going within yourself, taking that scary journey within yourself, closing your eyes, getting to know yourself on the inside, being honest about what you see. And we're all pretty ugly on the inside, because this is stuff that we never talk about. This is stuff that nobody checks upon us. This is stuff that is in opposition to everything that you have to do out there to be accepted. I got to do this to be accepted. Behind there is your true self that is pretty mad about it sometimes, pretty angry, because you have to suppress yourself, you have to put a lid on it, you have to do a lot of things. And so this soul within yourself is who I am trying to reach through this little YouTube channel here, Be the Change. And it's not the most fun journey that you can take. It's feeling pretty scary, but I can assure you that it's the only journey that you can take that is actually going to reward you in the ways that you are looking for current out there in the world. And so first, I want to use these Shavi sayings, her declare and decree. We have so many energies attached to us and so many things attached to our lives, to our everything around us. So we're going to see here. Okay, so this is perfect. So I started talking about how this newborn child is open, is just being, it's just being present. And so this card that I just pulled now is saying all thoughts, conditioning, and indoctrination, all thoughts, conditioning, and indoctrination that does not serve my highest good is now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. And write this down. I'm going to do it too, and I'm going to burn it. All thoughts, conditioning, and indoctrination that does not serve my highest good is now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. And that is indeed a very, very good thing. Hey, Margie. Meow. Yes, you are the best. We all know that, don't we? So, all thoughts, conditioning, and indoctrination that does not serve my highest good is now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. And what is that doing when you take those out? It's going to probably release you from, release you from insecurities. It might release feelings of not being good enough. It could release feelings of being unworthy, being all those things that you tell yourself, being stupid, being fat, being whatever it is, not picture perfect for the picture that is supposed to be, or the things that people have told you over and over and over again, and now you believe it. All those things, if we can allow them to fall off, you're going to find that you're perfect just the way you are, false and everything. It doesn't matter. You are already loved by your creator, is already fully accepted. Every single piece of you, every single side of you, it already knows, it's already fully accepted. And by bringing it into light, you can do something about it. And then you are truly doing God's work on this planet Earth. If you do not go within, and you do not go within, if you don't do that, you are not doing the work. You are not trying to get to the Most High through Jesus. Because if you do, you are going to try to be like Jesus. And that's exactly what you're doing when you release conditionings, thoughts, indoctrinations that does not serve your highest good. You become more like him. And then you are doing God's work on this planet. Inner darkness. And we all have it. The inner darkness. It's nothing to fear. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to shun. It's nothing to be like hysteric about. It's just there. Like we all have it. Inner darkness. You can look at the Pope. Do you think he doesn't have any inner darkness? Do you think the priest at your church doesn't have any inner darkness? Or do you think that the self-righteous people doesn't have any darkness? Of course they do. They work on it though, and they acknowledge it if they do, unless it's going to come out like shadow, like popping out like the pain body. So inner darkness, hold space, hold safe space, knowing patterns, release versus feed. So this is about the thoughts and the conditioning and the indoctrination that we all have it. We're all victims of that just by being alive here on planet Earth. So patterns, knowing your patterns. Hey, getting to know yourself, knowing your patterns. What is your patterns? When does it come out? When are you being triggered? How does it show? Like, where can you see your indoctrinations, your conditioning and your thoughts? When are they popping out in your life? And they're going to come out as triggers, or they're going to come out as like like reactions that doesn't really fit in the scenario that it came up in. And how can you release this versus feeding it? How to release versus feeding it. How to release versus feeding it. How to release versus feeding. Renewal. Root chakra. Grounding and renewal. Victim. I mean, nobody's cute as a victim. Nobody looks cute as a victim. It's one of the maybe most common traits of inner darkness that we can have. And release. Renewal, victim, release. Even if you are a victim of your circumstances at some point in your life, like we're all victims of our circumstances, you plop out on planet Earth, and from that moment on, you are very you cannot take care of yourself. If you came out like with shoes and a hat and a mind that could think for itself and do stuff, then you could just take off. If your circumstances were bad, you could move, but you can't move. When you're a child, you can't move. You're stuck there. You have to stay in the circumstances that you're in, and then they're going to teach you different stuff. And so renewing whatever was taught to you from back then, being in a renewal mode, then maybe I'll have to go back there and reassess what my lessons were. Reassess what they told me that I should be. Reassess what they told me that I was worth. Reassess all of that. I am not a victim anymore. Like once you can take care of yourself and you're an adult, yes, you might be an adult. You got a curl in there. That's okay. And love, gratitude, love. There you go. And once you are an adult, now you have to take care of your own stuff. You can't blame anyone anymore. Like now you're an adult, and then you might have to go back to your inner darkness, whatever was taught to you, whatever made you feel like a victim, whatever they did. Like there could be so many things, and it's going to be different from me, for you, for anybody. So whenever you feel small, or whenever you feel like you're the victim in the situation, you give away all of your power to whoever is more powerful than you, the victim. And so, and sometimes people love that. Like I've had friends who always the victim. Oh, they will, oh, their tears will come out, and oh, they will have so much, oh, feel bad for me. Come and help me. Can you do that for me? I can't do it. I'm the victim. I cannot handle it. Oh, I'm so sorry. My compassion is kicking in. I'm an empath. Of course, I'm going to help you. Here, dun, 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 here we come. And then, so the victim, they take, they take and they take. And when you leave, they're going to be like, ha ha ha, that was nice. Now I didn't have to do it myself. Or so being a victim is, it's a disease. Like now you're not in alignment with who you truly are. So there's a misalignment within yourself. Every time you play the victim, every time you go there, and then you're going to feed the inner darkness. Every time you go into victim mode, you're feeding your inner darkness. Every time you say to yourself, I am not a victim. Well, I might feel like a victim, but I am not really a victim. I'm an adult and I can take care of my own stuff, even if I'm scared. Even if I'm feeling uncomfortable with that, I'm going to take care of it because I'm an adult. And this is my job here on planet Earth, to figure things out. Stop and being a victim. Now you are releasing the victim, and then you can start living your life. Here you are commanding, pulling on other people's energy. Come here, help me, I'm a victim. Help me, I'm a victim. Help me, help me. And then instead of doing that, you'd be like, oh gosh, oh no, I'm a victim. Oh shit, I didn't know I was a victim all the time. Well, that makes very much sense. Now I can release that and I can renew myself. And renewing myself with all thoughts, conditioning, and indoctrination that does not serve my highest good is now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. Going into the inner darkness, look at, are you a victim? Are you really a victim? Or can you like rise up from it? Pull yourself together a little bit. Three of Cups is showing its face. Group mentality, victim. Sometimes they'll make you feel like a victim. Renewal. Ace of Cups. A victim will not come in with pure intentions. A victim will come in with distorted intentions, because my intention is to make you feel sorry for me. And to make you do something for me. So I'm in here being very sad and very lonely and very weak, and I can't take care of it. And I want you to come in and fix it for me. Can you fix it for me? I'm really fine, but I want you to fix it for me. And so my Ace of Cups is upside down, and I'm not renewing anything. I'm just plotting out with my unpure intentions. And the Nine of Swords, not even wanting to look at my own demons, not even wanting to look at my inner darkness. And what is the answer? You have to seek some kind of higher learning and find a way that you can release the victimhood. It does not suit anybody. It doesn't suit me. I was a victim for years and years and years. I didn't know that I was, but I was just taught that that was the way to be. And so I was also raised by a victim, a very, very cunning, very smart, very very manipulative victim I was raised by. And so professional victim, I would say. And so when you're raised by professional victims, you have to find ways. You have to pray about it. You have to find your own way. You have to find another source of information that the one that you was given, maybe at birth. You have to find that. The Hierophant, higher learning. It can be through religion, but religion can also turn you into a victim. So be careful with it. If you go to religion for you like the way that they do it in that church, or you like the way they do it over there, you like the rituals that they have, you like the people there, you like the building, you like whatever, that's perfect. That's perfectly fine. And you can go there and you can do all the things that you need to do right there. But you have to go within. You have to find a way that you can go within and look at that victim that you are, or look at that the jealousy, or look at the way gossiping about people, or looking at those things. So even you can be in any kind of scenario or with any kind of people, but you have to go within and look at these things if you want to renew your life. If you want renewal in your life, if you want joy in your life, if you want love in your life, if you want people who come in with pure intentions, you have to be pure intentions. If you want people to come in and not giving you nightmares, not giving you fear, not putting all that upon you, like not operating from that, you have to go into some kind of an elevation. And this can be through spirituality, however you want to call it. The inner journey is going to be the same. Whatever outside tool that you want to use, it's fine, but you have to do the inner journey. That's the only way. A victim, a fool. So here is interesting, because instead of, like, with the inner darkness, yeah, maybe you have a lot of resentment. You're not where you're supposed to be in your life. Supposed to be. You're not where you thought you would be in your life, and this is not what you thought you would have in your life when you were stage and all that. Now you're angry and upset and resentful to everybody, because, oh, not everybody, but everybody who has what you thought you were supposed to have. And so here you are, fool, victim, inner darkness. Now though, it's a new start. You burn, you write down all things, all thoughts, conditioning, and indoctrination that does not serve my highest good is now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. And you can send a prayer. My Creator, show me the way to how can I come out of my victimhood? How can I release my inner victim so I can become the fool that takes out on this new journey, and not in a mean way, calculated way like you would before, intellectual, planner, stubborn, being all kinds of manipulative, sometimes harsh, but instead coming at it from a place of being open, being in the flow, going with emotions, learning, being open hearted, open minded, using your brain, yeah, but also being open hearted, having compassion, and setting out on a new journey. It's going to require you to find some kind of a higher power in your life. I don't care if you call it a shoebox, or if you call it whatever you want to call it. It's okay. You just have to find something bigger than ourselves, our little humans here, so that you can bring out something better and bigger from yourself. And with the release, it's in a graveyard. There's like a lot of sadness, grief, loss, and everything. And by being a victim, you're going to lose everything that you think you're going to gain. You're not gaining anything. Like, if you're not a victim, if you go into this fool's journey, and then you go in there and you'll be setting out in a victorious way. I'm a victorious person. I can figure things out. I know how to do things. If I don't do it right, I can try it again, and then I will figure it out. I can learn things. I'm smart. I can learn things. I can use my brain, my experience, everything. And I can recognize every time I go into victimhood or victim mode, and I'm going to release it. So how do you release it? Well, you got to be curious. Be curious about what it would feel like to have a different type of outlook in your life. Be curious about what it would feel like to be your owner of your inner darkness, not the victim of it, but being in control, or being, knowing your inner darkness and being okay with it. Then it won't come back to bite you, because you already know about it. Releasing thoughts of not being good enough, not being able to do it, not so the victim again. Oh, I can't do that. Like, I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes. I don't have and here the King of Pentacles. So release the thoughts that you cannot do it. If you set out on this fool's journey with good intentions, and you set out there with pure intentions, and you set out there with a good heart, you're going to be able to build something really successful in your life. It can be something really successful, something stable for yourself, where you take ownership of your life, take ownership of what you do with your time, take ownership of how you spend your resources, take ownership of who you allow into your life. And these people who had made you feel like a victim, you might have to cut them off. And that's okay. You can cut them off. You can love them from a distance. And now you can put your focus back on what you need to do to build yourself back up again, to take care of whatever consequences came with those people. So here you are. And it's doable. It takes time, but it's doable, and it's worth it. And releasing the thoughts of being curious. Like, maybe you can get everything together. Like maybe you can have all the time that you wanted to have to do the things that you love to do. Maybe you want to have all the good people around you in your life, so you have good resources in people. They build you up, they help you out, they support your endeavors, they want to make you look good and feel good, and they want to be on your team. Like they want to celebrate you and lift you up, because there's more than enough for everyone. And then maybe you can find it within yourself that you have all the time that you need, you get the money that you need, your services are being appreciated, so they pay you for it and everything. Or you can be in the victim mode. This is a victorious person. This is someone who is renewing themselves, looking at their inner darkness. They can achieve that with that mindset. And this is the same person. This is the same person. With the victimhood and the inner darkness, you're going to get into like loss. I'm conflicted. I can't do it. I don't have enough. I'm missing someone. I can't do it without them. I'm feeling blocked. I'm feeling outside of everything. I'm left out in the cold. So there's a choice. There is a choice, always a choice, to be a victim or be victorious. Which one do you want to be? Esther and Abraham Hicks says, every subject is really two subjects. Something that you desire and the absence of something that you desire. So this is perfect with every subject, you, the subject. Two subjects, something that you desire to be renewed, to have everything that you dreamed of, to be in power of yourself, to set out on a new journey within yourself, and the absence of something that you desire, being having impure intentions, being playing on people with fear, feeling left out in the cold, being apathetic, not releasing things. These are two things of the same you. You can choose which one you want to be, victim or victorious. If you do not understand that these are very different vibrational frequencies, how you feel in those two ways, renewed or not wanting to release, it's very different. Renewal, yeah, the energy that comes out of you in these different scenarios is going to be very different. One is the graveyard, oh no, and one is the wow, this is marvelous, this is a beautiful life and everything. Renewal. So every subject is really two subjects, something that you desire and the absence of something that you desire. If you do not understand that these are very different vibrational frequencies, then you may believe that you are focused on something that you desire, when you may, in fact, be focused on the opposite direction. What do you want to be, victim or victor? The beautiful light in me. It honors, it loves, and respects the same beautiful light in you. And until next time, namaste.